Welcome back to the Game Breakers podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Horowitz. I'm here with Kamani. We're back, man. How you been?
It's been a long time. How was your Christmas?
It was pretty good. Just, stayed here, chilled with the family, watched a lot of sports.
Yeah, so did I. I was here with my friend, getting fat, eating food. Well, I'm glad to be here, too.
Yeah, so winter break's over. Got about a week of classes have started for us. How's class been?
It's been all right. I wish I did have certain teachers, but, that's how it always works. How about you?
Yeah, they've been good. We got a couple classes together.
Yeah, we have some cool classes together.
So we're back. We missed a lot of sports that happened. The playoffs have started in the NFL. We're in the championship weekend now. So in this episode, we're just going to be doing a quick recap of all the games and give our predictions for this week's championship games as well as the Super Bowl coming up in a couple weeks. So, my Dolphins have been killing it in the playoffs so far.
Oh, they're undefeated right now?
Yeah. Nah, but neither of our teams made the playoffs. So
I'm still teamless right now. I haven't chosen my team yet.
So you've hopped like 3 teams already.
Nah.
You got to pick, man. It can't be one of the teams left.
Why not?
Because that's bandwagon. That's like picking the Warriors in 2018.
Nah, that's crazy. But we'll figure something out.
All right. So the wild card weekend, you had the Chargers and Texans, Steelers, Ravens, Packers, Eagles, Broncos, Bills, Commanders, Bucks, and Vikings, Rams. I guess what's been your biggest surprise of the playoffs so far?
I feel like it's the Commanders, reaching this far, like beating the Lions. That really surprised me. But Jaden Daniels has been putting on some MVP performances. I can't lie to you, and it's just impressive as a rookie.
Yeah, for sure. Daniels has been doing way more than I expected. I mean, I know he's a good quarterback, but like you said, I expected Detroit to be a
year because you be seeing that like he got Heisman, he won this, he won that. Like he's been having a crazy year and a half right now.
And the thing is, like Washington coming into the season was projected to be a
were
bottom 5 team.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're even this far is crazy. But going back to the wild card weekend, the Commanders did end up beating the Buccaneers 23-20 on a good game from Jaden Daniels. He came back late in that game, led a couple touchdown drives. And a big thing with Washington is those 4th down conversions. Like Coach Dan Quinn has been a great hire. He's very aggressive. He has complete trust in that offense, and it definitely pays off because you go for it on 4th down, you convert, you give your offense extra chances.
I saw the video where the field goal kicker was like touching his head like 8-9 times. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
I think,
and he boinked it to like hit the post like twice.
Oh, that's right. That was the game that he hit the crossbar on that game-winning field goal and it bounced in. I think Zane Gonzalez is his name. I think they said like he had ADHD or something like that.
That's crazy.
Imagine being a kicker with ADHD, bro.
That's just crazy. He probably do this on purpose to hit the post.
I know. You also had Vikings-Rams. Wasn't much to talk about. Honestly, the Rams, surprisingly, I mean, we've been talking about it on the podcast all year long. The Vikings have looked a little fraudulent at times, and that happened in the playoffs. Sam Darnold had a rough game, took about 7 sacks in this one, turned the ball over. That Rams defensive line is legit, which showed it up against the Eagles.
I'm not really surprised that the Rams won. I'm surprised Darnold played that bad.
Yeah,
because he's gonna lose a lot of money because of those, this game and the game before against the Lions. He was really bad in those very serious games. It's gonna reflect because no team wants a guy who can't clutch up.
Yeah, Darnold earned himself about $40 million throughout the season. In the last 2 weeks, he's lost himself about 20 because, like you said, biggest games of the season, he's had his 2 worst performances. So Vikings, I don't think they'll bring back Darnold, honestly, at this point. I think they'll probably roll with J.J. McCarthy, who they drafted in the first round last year.
Yeah.
Also had Eagles-Packers. I expected the Eagles to win this game at home, 22-10. Broncos-Bills was a blowout for sure. The Broncos started out this game hot.
I saw it's gonna be a really good game. It was a crazy touchdown too, but
Bo Nix threw a bomb touchdown downfield, I think, to Marvin Mims to get up 7-0, and they didn't score a single point after that. As a Dolphins fan, I don't really like the Bills much, so I was rooting for them to lose. But Steelers-Ravens in the first round, again, pretty expected performance. The Steelers don't have much firepower on offense with Russell Wilson. I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback because Justin Fields is a free agent this season. I feel like he showed flashes. Russell Wilson was really bad down the stretch.
Is he a free agent too or no, Russell Wilson?
No, he's on the team for another
year.
Yeah. Actually, no, Russ is a free agent as well.
This season?
Yeah.
I hope he shouldn't come back on the team. Or they should actually try to sign Fields and actually give him QB1.
Yeah, I think Fields has more, obviously, long-term upside. Russell Wilson's 35 or 36 at this point, and he looked good when they first brought him in.
He did look good.
But then down the stretch, it was just horrible. You know, Steelers have struggled to find an identity on offense for about 10 years now since Ben Roethlisberger left that team, and Ravens took full advantage of that. Also had the Texans and the Chargers. This was a surprise for me because Justin Herbert had his worst game of the season in this one.
He had 4 interceptions?
Yeah, 4 interceptions.
He had through the whole season. That's really crazy to me.
Yeah, Texans defense is very good, coached by DeMeco Ryans. They have a great edge rusher duo, especially with Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, as well as good defensive backs like Derek Stingley has looked like one of the best corners in the league. But, I mean, still, Chargers 12 points on the day. Like you said, 4 interceptions, completely shut them down. I actually thought the Chargers would win this game.
I saw so too. I won't lie to you.
But Texans did come away with the win. So not too many surprises in the wild card weekend. Except Rams and Commanders did both get upsets. Then we moved to the divisional round where there was a lot of controversy with the first game, the Chiefs and the Texans. And what are your thoughts about that game?
I mean, I'm not surprised, bro. We're talking about the Chiefs here.
If I had to imagine if I had to draw up a Chiefs game, that would be how it was the most Chiefs game ever. I don't know how to describe it.
Every game's gonna be close, down to the wire,
down to the refs,
and then down to the refs. Refs go blind for the last 2 minutes, and shit happened, bro.
It was honestly throughout the game in this one. Chiefs benefited. It was a tough call with the roughing the passer. It looked like he hit him high in real time.
I don't think it was necessary to that shouldn't be our call.
Yeah. It's borderline. I could see the argument for the call. I don't think it was too egregiously bad.
Some refs were talking about it after the game. I still stand by this call. 'Cause there's certain people that be like, I did make a mistake, but they stood by it. So, I mean, at least they stood by it, I guess. They stand on business. But, it's crazy to me.
There was also the one where Mahomes was sliding down. See, that one was honestly worse because Mahomes is running out of the pocket, slides down last second, and then what's the defender supposed to do? He goes in for the tackle.
Same scene with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. So, that one was a little worse.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was way worse. Yeah. I just feel like QBs should be more aware of when they're going to slide because stuff like that can happen, and it's not the defender's fault.
At the end of the day, when you're out of the pocket, you're a runner. Same rules apply to everyone. Defenders got to be able to make the tackles. Mm-hmm. But, even without those calls, I think the Chiefs still put up a better performance overall, especially in the second half. Now, one problem with Kansas City, I've said this all year long, is they just can't finish drives. They keep settling for field goals instead of finishing drives with touchdowns, which going against Buffalo this week, we'll get more into that game, but that's going to be an issue for them. Then you add Rams-Eagles. This was a good game.
This was a great game.
It was a snowy game in Philadelphia.
In the second half, yeah.
Which
I like when that happens, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
But this definitely benefited the Eagles, I think, because the Rams.
I mean, I know that Stafford. It's not Stafford. Wait, Stafford. I always get it mixed up. But Stafford is notorious for always playing bad when it comes to weather conditions. So once I saw the snow hitting, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of raps. Well, it was a close game still because the Eagles they were shaky offensively, especially in the fourth quarter because they were up by 2 TD. They were up like a good amount.
Yeah.
And it was like a point in time. I'm like,
no, Rams had a chance at the end of this game to win it, a potential game-winning drive, but they don't.
They almost blew it. But Barkley, he took over a 62-yard touchdown run in the fourth, and then a 44 in the beginning. It was crazy.
I think he has the most 50-yard runs or 50-yard touchdowns this season by it's not even close. So Barkley's been great for that Eagles offense. They have the perfect playoff formula, just a physical, dominant team. You run the ball, control the offense. So Eagles get it done against the Rams. But like we mentioned earlier, that Rams pass rush did show up in this game in a big way.
Yeah.
Jared Verse, I think he's got to be the defensive rookie of the year at this point. He had a great game. He was chirping the Eagles fans all game long, even before the game. I think he said the Eagles have the worst fan base in the league.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it was on their stadium.
Yeah, they played it on the big screens. So that was a good matchup to see. Versus, he didn't step down though. He had a good game.
Yeah, he did.
Then you had, like I said, the biggest surprise in my opinion of the playoffs so far was Commanders 45 points over the Detroit Lions, who put up 31. Lions didn't play bad for the majority of this game, but those turnovers by Jared Goff down the stretch just really killed him.
Really killed him.
And then Commanders putting up 45. Now, I did say this. I didn't think Detroit would be legit Super Bowl contenders just because of all the injuries they've endured.
Yeah, that's the part. Because at the beginning, they did look like number one.
Yeah, for sure.
They had lots of injuries and people coming back, but they're still rusty. It was just unfortunate timing for them, and this is what happens. Jaden Daniels went crazy. You couldn't really stop him.
Yeah, what
300 passing yards, and then 51 rushing yards. You just couldn't stop him.
And he was doing everything, throwing downfield, dimes to McLaurin.
Mm-hmm.
I think him and McLaurin connected on a big touchdown on a screen pass, and then, like you said, he was doing the rushing stuff also, converting
This
fourth
is
downs.
a historic season for him, but as a franchise overall, it's the first time in 33 years they've been, at this level right now. So it's crazy.
Yeah, Washington was worse than Miami for so long.
I see now the Cowboys have the record for longest drought.
No, the Dolphins have the longest playoff win drought.
Oh, for real?
It's 23 years or something, 24 years. We haven't won since 2000.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, yeah. Commanders, like you said, they've turned everything around. Jaden was great in this game, but again, that Lions defense was just so decimated by injuries. I think they even picked up another injury to their secondary in this game, already without Aiden Hutchinson, who they've missed for a long time. But they've had injuries to linebacker core, to the defensive line, to the secondary. They did get David Montgomery back in this game, but
he's rusty. Enough. Yeah, I didn't think he would be too big of an impact, but. And it's just unfortunate timing, honestly.
Yeah, and then with the Lions losing, their offensive coordinator Ben Johnson did get hired by Chicago. Oh yeah, and Aaron Glenn got picked up.
So that's gonna be crazy for them to find people of that caliber to even.
Because those were two really good coordinators. Mm-hmm. They do have a good head coach in Dan Campbell, who I'm sure he'll be able to find good coordinators around the league to come into that Detroit team. But
it just won't be the same.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of people back from injury next season, which will be nice, but they're also losing those two key coordinators, so that's going to be interesting to see who they're able to find as replacements. And then last game, you had the Ravens and the Bills. What a game this was. Bills come away 27-25. Lamar again, man. He's like the James Harden of the NFL. He's MVP performances in the regular season every year, and then the playoffs come. And he wasn't bad in this game.
Yeah, because the thing, he had terrible moments, but overall he had a good game. And I was telling my friends earlier too, he was really killing it in the fourth. That last play, he went from his sides all the way to
those last two drives. Yeah, he took over.
And it's just unfortunate that Mark Andrews just couldn't catch the ball, but.
Yeah, Lamar was great, but like you said, two critical turnovers, had a fumble trying to extend the play. Lamar said it was an RPO, which is a read pass option. So if the handoff's not there, he has to keep it and go for a quick pass, or else they're going to get called for an illegal lineman downfield. So Lamar tried to extend the play, but slippery conditions, the ball slipped out of his hand and he fumbled it. And then the interception, it was against man coverage, deep safety back, but he didn't. Lamar said in the postgame interview he didn't hold the safety long enough, so when he threw that deep pass, able to just pick it off.
Not just that, but I just feel like they had lots of penalties too. I think they have the record for most penalties in a season or whatever, but they've been doing it often and it bite them again today, or not today, but last week.
Yeah.
They had 9, and that cost them 85 yards in total. And that always limits their offense all the time. There's just a lot of stuff, and I feel like the coaching as well, the difference between the coaching with the Ravens and the Bills is that the Bills understood what was going to come, and instead of exaggerating, it's Lamar versus Josh Allen.
It's a team game, yeah.
It's a team game, and that was the difference because with the Ravens, they were like, let's push it, and this is what happens.
Yeah, and Josh Allen had 127 yards in this game. So
yeah, I think he passed the ball 7 times in the first half.
Yeah, so this was not only Josh Allen who's probably going to win the MVP now because his team won, but This was more so an indictment on Buffalo just being a really good all-around team. James Cook ran for 67 yards. Defense forced 2 turnovers, which was just enough to get by, as Mark Andrews had that rough drop on the 2-point conversion at the end.
You hate to see Toppin on social media too, because he apologized, and like it was serious though.
Dude, like 10 minutes after the game, his Instagram just got flooded, bro.
Bro, this around the time, because I mean it was serious still because his wife had to like turn her comments off too.
Yeah,
and that reminds me of the time in the 2020 bubble when Danny Green missed a wide open shot when he got past the ball. And he was like, his wife had to like delete Instagram because she was.
Dude, fans are ruthless, man.
Like, it's crazy. Like, bro, it's not her fault. But yeah.
And especially after all Andrews has done for Baltimore, like
exactly,
he's been a great player for them. But he also had a fumble in this game as well.
Yeah.
It was just
that was a good punch still. Bro.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play than an error on Andrews' part.
Yeah.
It's just rough all around game for him.
Yeah.
So moving on to the conference championship games, 2 good matchups. We're gonna break them down and give our predictions. First one, Commanders Eagles. I'll let you go first.
All right, so you see, like we were talking about earlier, I feel like the Eagles didn't have a great game per se. So I feel like they're gonna really come back. And what's his name? Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he's still come off concussion protocols. He's rusty, and I feel like as time goes by, he's gonna keep getting better. And I feel like a matchup against Jen Daniels right here, I feel like he's gonna really dominate. It's really up to the Eagles' defense versus the Commanders' O-line, and I feel like that's gonna really, determine who the winner is. But with Saquon on your team, I really don't see how you can lose this game still. But it's a great game. Anything can happen, but I'm taking the Eagles to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Eagles in this game. They're kind of built similar to Detroit in the way that they want to beat you up front in the trenches and run the ball. And
physical.
And Detroit did put up 31 on this Washington defense with a bad performance by Jared Goff and all those injuries like we talked about. So I think the Eagles, as a more cohesive unit, they've stayed healthier all year long. They have the best rush game in the league with Saquon. I think that's going to hurt the Commanders' defense a lot, which, again, like we said earlier in the podcast, this team was not built for an AFC championship run this year.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they've played great. Jaden's been great, but the roster is not.
The scenario learn is going to be over.
Yeah.
But it's funny to me how, Eagles, you saw that post where Eagles have a crazy, like they're 17-1, and the only loss was to the Commanders.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Hurts didn't play, but, still. And the same thing that goes for, next thing I'm not going to talk about, but, Chiefs was like 22-1 and their only losses to the
Buffalo, yeah.
So it's, great storyline stuff.
For sure. And Jalen Hurts did get hurt in the last game versus the Rams, but he came back in with a knee brace and finished that game. He's a limited participant in yesterday's practice, which was just a walkthrough. So he's expected to play. I don't know how mobile he's going to be, which is big because Hurts is a rushing quarterback.
Yeah.
So, if Hurts is healthy and good to go, I'm going to go Eagles in this game. I just think they have more than the Commanders, although Commanders did, surprise a lot of people last week.
They did.
Next is Bills-Chiefs. Now, we waited for this one in the regular season. It was a great game. Bills came away with the win last time these two teams faced up, like you said, which is the Chiefs' only loss. Well, they lost Week 18 of this season, but they benched all their starters. So I'm not going to really count that. The Bills is pretty much their only loss in the last year and a half, really. So I don't know, man. It's a tough game. Where are you going?
This is a monumental matchup. A lot of history is riding on this.
Yep.
But I'm taking a team that has black magic, bro. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. Bills is better. Bills are a better team. But the Bills don't have witchcraft in their locker room. And that's my only reason why. My home versus Josh Allen, cinema, what we're talking about. Everybody knows what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, I feel like the kicker is going to have, hit the post 3 times and it goes in type shit. Something like that. Or the refs.
You got the 2 biggest flopping quarterbacks. This is like a James Harden versus Luka.
I just feel like, Josh Allen's going to go for a rushing TD and one of the refs tackles him. And
whoever gets the most roughing the passer calls in this game wins it.
Yeah.
No, but I'm going to go Bills.
I understand that.
it's so hard to bet against. I don't want to bet against the Chiefs, and I do want the Chiefs to win this game because I don't like Buffalo. But
For real?
yeah, the Bills have been so good this season, and the Chiefs have looked so shaky. I don't think they have enough to beat Buffalo. Although, like you said, something will probably happen at the end of this game, turn the table, and the Chiefs will win. But I don't know. I think Bills have a better run game. I think they have, honestly, Josh Allen has been the better quarterback, unanimously this year than Patrick Mahomes. And defensively, they're both good defensive teams. I'd actually give the Chiefs the edge there. But two elite quarterbacks, I don't think it's really going to come down to who shuts who up on defense. It's more
offense. Like, who's more offensive heavy.
Who's going to be able to finish drives at the end of the games? And again, Chiefs always settle for field goals. Bills are pretty good in the red zone at finishing drives and scoring touchdowns. So it's going to be a good game. I'm excited to see it, but I think the Bills get it done in a close game. I would not be surprised at all if the Chiefs win, though.
I wouldn't either. But if you had to have your dream Super Bowl with these 4 teams, who would it be?
Chiefs, Commanders.
Chiefs and Commanders? Why?
I want to see Jaden in the Super Bowl. I feel like that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, I see why.
But and then I just hate the Bills.
I mean, low-key, if the Commanders win the Super Bowl,
that'd be crazy.
Has a rookie ever won a Super Bowl before?
I don't think so.
That would be crazy.
I have to check that. I know a rookie has made the Super Bowl, but I'm not sure if they've ever won one. That would be insane, though.
If the Bills lost to the Ravens, I would have wanted the Eagles versus the Ravens. That would have been a very tough matchup, but it's unfortunate that happened. But
yeah, I want to see Lamar finally get there. But
yeah, but I want to see Chiefs versus Eagles. Though that's what I want to see.
The rematch from 2 years ago.
So there's a chance for a repeat versus the Eagles trying to stop that from happening. Some history, so that would be tough still.
Yeah, I want to see the Chiefs three-peat as well. I think if Mahomes...
No, I don't want to see him three-peat. I don't want to see him three-peat.
Oh, you want the Eagles to beat them? Okay.
I want the Eagles to beat them.
No, I'm going for the Chiefs. If Mahomes gets his 4th ring this year, he's going to enter the GOAT talk.
Probably top 2.
With Tom Brady. So, 4 championships and a three-peat, which is something Brady never did. That'll definitely enter him in the talks, and he's still got potentially 10 more years in him to go.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Like, he has 10 more years at least.
He's been a starter in this league for 7 years. They made the AFC Championship game all 7 years.
Yeah,
that is. I think Brady's record was 8 straight. It wasn't to start his career like Mahomes, but it was 8 straight. So. This is unprecedented success that we're seeing from the Chiefs and Mahomes. I'd like to see them keep going with it. That'd be pretty cool to see.
You think he can pass Brady for the GOAT?
I do, just because he has to win it this year, though.
You think so?
I think so, because if he gets 4 before turning 30, Brady got 7, I think he's got a good shot.
I agree.
I don't think Mahomes has to get 7 rings to pass Brady, because I think he's a better all-around player. But if he gets to 5 or 6, then I think he'll be firmly.
Do you think the time when they lost to Brady, do you think that kind of hinders, some people are going to bring that up, how a 44-year-old Brady could beat?
People always bring that up, but I think it's a bad argument because football is such a team sport. I mean, you got 53 players on the roster. You got 2 sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Brady didn't beat Mahomes. He beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And, they actually beat the Chiefs twice in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, but... Mahomes is 3-3 against Brady all time, so there's that. Again, 2 of the losses were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But when the Chiefs played the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl, when Tom Brady beat them, Bucs had a way better all-around team. Brady only threw for 200 yards in that game in the Super Bowl.
I was saying didn't go that crazy.
They ran for 150 yards. The defense was amazing.
Yeah.
So I don't really put that on Mahomes.
Yeah.
I think Brady's, definitely the favorite to be the greatest of all time. Mahomes still has to do a lot to get there, but I wouldn't put too much weight on those head-to-head matchups.
I get you.
So you had what? Eagles and
Chiefs
in the Super Bowl. Who's gonna be your pick to win that?
Eagles. The Eagles are gonna win.
Eagles going all the way.
Yeah, they're gonna fly to the Super Bowl. Get out chip.
Litzy's gonna be happy.
Real. I know that Tommy and Lisa are gonna have like a whole,
We've had both of them on the podcast.
Yeah.
Got a Washington fan and an Eagles fan, so that's crazy. A divisional matchup in the championship game.
Yeah, that would be funny.
That's gonna be a heated game. I got Bills and Eagles making it. I say Bills.
Bills go. That's fair.
I think they've
win one.
They've been the best team. Yeah. It would be the first Super Bowl in franchise history. I think it was in the
1994.
Yeah. They made like 4 straight Super Bowls and they lost all of them. So Bills will finally get their first. I think they've been the best team in the league all season long.
I've seen that 30 years. No, 20. It's been 20 years. Exactly 20
Since
years.
what?
Since they've been to the Super Bowl.
In 2004?
Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah, 30.
30 years.
Yeah, 30 years. I'm tripping.
Yeah, but that would be impressive if the Bills finally get the job done in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't happen, but I think it's going to happen. So those were our predictions here to finish out the NFL playoffs. Let us know what you guys think. Which games are you excited to watch? And, what's been your biggest surprise of the playoffs so far? And, yeah, we'll see what happens this weekend. All right, so we were originally just going to do, the playoff coverage, get a quick episode out about what's happening in the NFL, but we had to do some basketball
Let's talk about some basketball, bro.
So why don't you lead it?
All right, so last night at 7:30, Shaq and the crew, they announced the All-Star starters, and Daniel doesn't know who they are.
I haven't even seen these yet, so.
Yeah, so I'm going to quiz Daniel a little bit, see if he gets 10 for 10, what happens. So let's start off with the East. Who do you think are the 2 backcourt players?
The starting guards?
Yeah, the starting guards.
Okay, so I know the Cavs guys got to be in there. First place in the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm. Which guard?
Donovan Mitchell. I'm going to say he's a starter.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Who you think the other person could be? Like, cause there's some options.
Boston has got to be the forwards. Jaylen Brown's not listed as a guard, right?
No, he's not a guard.
You got
Sixers with Maxey. You got
Maxey,
Dame,
Tyler Hero.
I guess.
Damian Lillard. Now, Hero's not a starter, but I think he'll be a rotational player.
You got Brunson.
Jalen Brunson, I was going to say.
Brunson, if you want.
I'm going Damian Lillard.
Okay.
Or LaMelo, too.
Oh, yeah, or Cade.
Man, LaMelo's been so good this season, though.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to go starters Donovan Mitchell and Damian Lillard.
Okay. That's 1 for 2. One of them is not a starter.
I know Donovan's a starter, right?
Yeah, Donovan's a starter.
Okay, yeah, Brunson was the one I was on. Brunson was the other one?
Yeah, Brunson. Okay. Yeah, it was Brunson Mitchell.
Okay.
Who's the front court?
Forwards. So is it 1 center or just 3 front court players?
There's a center in there.
Okay, I'm going to go Karl Anthony Towns, Jason Tatum, and Giannis.
I'm playing.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's the biggest lock possible.
Well, yeah, that's correct. To give you some, who didn't make it but was close. LaMelo was first in fan voting by a mile. Players in the NBA ranked him third, but the media overall what brought him down.
See, I told you the fans love him though, man.
Yeah, so I feel like Mel's he's gonna be an all-star lock, but he's just not gonna be a starter.
Oh, so they didn't announce the reserves yet, just the starters?
Okay. But I can see the points, so I can kind of predict who can make
it. Yeah, LaMelo will definitely be a reserve.
Yeah. And then so for the front court, I'm just going to give one person, Paolo, because he's going to make it, which is a lot, which makes sense. He was having a crazy season in the beginning before he got hurt. And, they're back. All of them are back now, except for Suggs. But Franz is back. Paolo's back.
Yeah, Magic are a nice team.
Yeah. All right, so for the West, who do you have? Front court?
I mean, let's go backcourt. That's got to be easy. Okay, Shea and Luka, right?
Nope. One of those is not.
Well, Luka hasn't played a lot.
Who said it was?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's got to be Shea. There's no way he's not a starter.
It's not Shea. I'm joking.
Oh, okay. Dude, what is it?
Yeah, you see his face. But Shai is a lock. Shai's
the best player, man.
Shai was first in player ranking, first in fan voting, and first in media rank.
Deservedly so.
Yeah. But who's second?
So Luka's not starting, really.
Is it
Curry, maybe?
Is it Ja Morant? Is it Anthony Edwards? Kyrie? Steph?
Kyrie's had a great season, but I don't think he's a starter.
Or Norman Powell?
Norman Powell? What is he in voting? He's actually up there?
Yeah, he's he's top 10.
Dude, he's been insane this year.
He has.
I think he could win comeback player of the year or something.
Yeah, MIP?
Most improved, yeah. I guess I'll go Steph just off popularity. I mean, he's been an all-star, but
yeah. Well, he's a starter. So
okay, yeah.
Just like how Shai was first in everything, Corey was second in everything. So
see, I don't know about that. I think
I think that's just people giving him respect.
Steph,
yeah. But Luka was third, so he should be making all-star.
Well, Luka's not eligible for any awards, right?
Yeah, but he can still make the all-star team.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's gonna be the first time because he's made 5 straight first all-team. First seems crazy, but I'm happy. Whatever brings his, legacy down. Doesn't get close to LeBron. I'm happy. But yeah, and then so for the front court, who you have?
LeBron for sure. Come on, he's got to be there. Okay.
LeBron's there.
Man, Anthony Davis has probably been the best, or Jokic for sure.
Jokic is there.
Best player in the NBA. And then you got Wembanyama.
You got Wemby, you got AD, you got J-Dub, Sengun, you have KD.
Let's go 80.
80? It's not 80.
Wemby.
Nope.
What? Rockets have been good, maybe, but there's no way you put Sengun over Anthony Davis or Wembanyama.
Is that you guys?
No. Kevin Durant.
It's KD.
Okay.
Jokic just won all around. LeBron was second in player voting, second in fan voting, but fourth in media rank, which is kind of crazy to me. Wemby was second in media rank. Like they ranked him the second best.
Wembanyama's been amazing this year.
He has been amazing.
He's taken that second-year leap.
Yeah, he more than that. Like he's actually like an MVP kind of like. Cause carrying us. I mean, they're losing lots of games now, but early
they were doing good like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they were like top 8 at one point.
Yeah, they
which
slid.
Is impressive to me. But yeah, Wemby's fourth. Then after that is AD, then Sengun. J-Dub is up there too. Andrew Wiggins is in the top 10.
Wow.
He's in the top 10.
They got to get Wembanyama some help, though, in San Antonio, man. Like,
I actually like that they're not rushing it because it was like the same situation with like LeBron. You know how like LeBron got in the league and the team got so good so fast they couldn't even like prepare and like, they couldn't have actual other young talent around him. Since with Luka, like Luka came to the Mavs and they got too good too fast.
But I feel like that was the same thing. The Mavs didn't really have a good supporting cast. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like I like that the Spurs aren't rushing. Like they're bad, not on purpose, but like they got Castle. They have, and the thing is, LeBron and Luka started the rebuild. Wemby didn't start it. Like he entered like halfway through. Because before they had Vassell, they had Kellen Johnson. They had lots of decent players.
They had Murray who they traded.
Yeah. So they had decent players before Wemby got there. He's there now, and they still have more assets to build around him without rushing. I feel like that's the biggest difference between Wemby's situation and Luka.
My thing is, like, if you look at how good Wembanyama's been this year, imagine they paired him with a true number 2 scorer or a great point guard to facilitate.
They're gonna make a splash.
Yeah,
this season for sure.
They have to eventually.
Yeah. Probably I want Trayvon to go over there.
That'd be an insane pairing. You got the best playmaker with the best play finisher.
Yeah, plus like both are shooting from half court. You don't know who's.
Dude, when Wemby takes those 30-foot step back threes, it's like
so crazy,
it's ridiculous. Like I've never seen someone that size do that.
And he just moves so fluently, but it's.
And he's averaging what, like 4 blocks a game? Like he leads the league in blocks per game by like a whole block.
He has like 90% more blocks all time. Than
90% of players.
That's crazy, bro.
Like he's just a dominant shot blocker, which he should be. He's 7'5" with that wingspan, but
and then the scariest thing to me is that he's playing with Chris Paul, so he's gonna really mentally lock in. Like he's gonna, and I feel like that's the scariest part for you.
And he's still 21? Like
he's still 21.
He's learning from Popovich, learning from Chris Paul.
A lot of veterans around him. Don't forget Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, so, I think Wemby, we still haven't seen the best version of him,
That's the crazy part.
It's scary because he's been so good this year, so I'm excited for that. But, yeah, not too many surprises in the West, I guess.
Yeah, not too
Curry starting, but he's always a starter, so.
Yeah.
Who's your early pick to win the NBA?
The championship?
Yep.
I have to go with OKC. After them beating Celtics and I mean the Cavs beat them the first time, but OKC gave them belt to Ash, out to place. But they're just perfect. And then the thing is too, Chet's still not here. And then Hartenstein he's hurt right now, but he's moving shaky. But they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like chemistry is building and they're gonna progress. And I don't feel like I want to stop them in the West. No, but and then the other 2 challenges in the East.
Who's making out the East, Boston or Cleveland?
I'm gonna give it to Boston, same way. I just don't feel like when it comes to the playoff, I don't feel like the Cavs are there yet to compete.
I don't see them as this good of like.
Yeah, I mean
they're a great team, but I don't know about this good.
They have to prove me wrong. And then if they prove me wrong, or if they carry the Celtics to like a good competitive 6-7 games,
yeah,
I'll believe them next year. But for now, I feel like they're top 2.
For sure.
But I don't see them beating the Celtics though.
And it's like that defensive backcourt from Boston. You have Holiday and Derek White, and that's Jaylen Brown's a great perimeter defender. Like I feel like they're gonna clamp down on that Cleveland backcourt in the playoffs. So it's gonna be tough. But yeah, I do think OKC will make it out the West and win it all as well. Just because OKC was so good last year, they lost in the playoffs, but this year they added Caruso and Hardenstein.
They're a whole different team.
Yeah, they've added the pieces they needed to add. Like you said, Chet still not even back yet, and they're playing this well. I like OKC a lot.
Who's your MVP vote? Shai or Jokic?
I'm giving it to Shai this year. I mean, not Jokic.
You're gonna give it to Jokic?
I think the only reason you give it to
MVPs
Shai,
in 5 years.
it's just voter fatigue. I think Shai will win it because of voter fatigue. I think Jokic
He's
is
actually crazy. Like he's
the most valuable player.
You saw what he did last night?
Yeah.
Ridiculous, bro. I was on my fantasy team. Somehow.
Really? Dude, probably averages like 60 points a game.
I was like damn near 80. Like,
That's
damn near 80.
insane.
He had 120 last night.
120. That's like enough for 5 players.
Yeah. But I feel like Jokic should win it with voter fatigue. But I think they might give to Shai too because of his
they're the
record.
1 seed
and all that stuff.
But yeah, I still think Jokic is the best player in the NBA. He just
I don't feel like there's nobody touching.
He's completely unstoppable. Like there's nothing you can do to slow him down whatsoever.
And he made like a full court shot yesterday too.
I know, I saw that.
He just walked off nonchalant. I'm like, all right, bro.
You see that one where he like tipped the inbound pass earlier in the year and he almost made it?
Bro, that shit was crazy too.
He's like a wizard after that.
No, for real. This is crazy, and he just doesn't. He's just always chill. All right, that's my favorite part about him. Like it's just a job, nine to 5 job.
He doesn't even care. Which is like he's not the face of the league because of that.
Yeah, because of that. Yeah.
You saw the Spurs are literally playing a game in Paris.
Yeah.
Versus Indiana.
Yeah, they're playing 2 games. They played yesterday. I think they're playing tomorrow again.
That's how you know Wemby's going to be the face of the league. Because like I've never seen something like that for another player.
They've done that before. They played in Paris.
No, but like Wembanyama's from France.
Oh yeah, no, like they did it on purpose for sure. But they've always played in France. Like a couple teams play in France.
Okay.
Yeah. But they have 2 games over there, and he went crazy last game, which I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That crowd's gonna be cool to see though in France. Rooting for him. So yeah, those were the All-Star starters. Interesting to see who's gonna fill out those reserve spots. My guy Tyler Hero better get in.
You know.
Why are you laughing? Like he's not been getting buckets this year.
Yeah, hold on. How much time? We have to. Yeah, tell me about your superstar player, Jimmy.
See, I was trying to avoid talking about this.
So
yeah, I'm switching teams.
You're switching teams.
Grizzlies, man.
You know, like he got suspended again because he didn't go on the plane with everybody. You know, it looks like it's getting worse and worse. His stock is going down. So it's either he just doesn't play for the rest of the season or he loses free agency. But
the thing is, I think both parties are at the wrong because
it's for sure it's both of them. But again, I don't really blame Jimmy because Pat Riley was doing him dirty.
But again, what is Butler like? I don't know what he's doing because his player option this year is $52 million, which he's probably going to decline now if Miami doesn't trade him at the end of the season.
Yeah.
But there's no way he fetches $50 million per year in the open market after these last 2 seasons.
Yeah, I agree too. I feel like the first 2 years, people are like, okay, like he's legit. But after they found out that okay, he's not trying hard enough in the regular season, and because of that, they're playing difficult matchups. They're going to the finals, but I've never ever seen Miami as a favorite in the finals.
No, they've been not only not a favorite, but like drastic underdogs. They had like a 3% chance to beat Boston a couple years back when they did beat them.
I agree. So I mean, I understand Pat Riley still because I wouldn't be doing that either. And at age Jimmy Butler, he wants $50 million for the next 3-4 years, and you're gonna be what 38, 39. You're not doing this 4 years from now. You weren't doing this season. Why am I gonna pay you $50 million to hinder my team?
Yeah, he's like you said. It's just he's not a talent thing. It's just an effort and availability thing. He always gets hurt. He's not trying 100% of the time. When he does lock in the playoffs, he looks like a top 5 player in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure. But talking about effort too, what's up with Bam? Like. He's also. I feel like he's low. He's not talking about it, but I feel he's low key also trying to leave Miami too.
Now, Bam's taking a weird decline this season. I don't know. You know,
he's just not shooting, or he's not being.
The whole team. I mean, Butler's been bad.
I mean, apart from Hero,
Bam has been bad. Hawkins has been bad.
Yeah. I feel like Kelaware and Hero are.
Yeah, Ware's gonna be a nice piece going forward.
Yeah, he had like 2 really good games like the past week or so.
When we played the Spurs, they were like, we got Wemby at home. He kind of looks like Wembanyama, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he does.
He's what, 7'1"? So
Yeah,
it's not quite.
but I knew he was gonna be nice. 'Cause I told you from earlier, like he was a really good pickup for you guys.
Yeah, that was a great pick. I liked him when we drafted him at, I think 15 it was.
Yeah, it was 15.
So yeah, something's going on in Miami because all our players
All
are
the team
playing bad
not
except
just
Tyler
basketball.
Hero.
Yeah, not just, but like,
Oh yeah, you just gonna shit on all
bro, all of them are just going crazy. But you know, the downfall of the Heat makes me happy.
I think Miami should trade Butler rather than letting him walk for nothing this season because even if they let Butler go this year, they don't gain much cap
Would you
relief.
take Beal?
No.
That's the oldest thing that you're gonna get.
I mean, it's true. That's really the one of the only salaries that can match it.
There's nobody really because at first he wanted to go to the Grizzlies. You know, well, no. The Grizzlies were interested in Butler, but he told the Grizzlies that he's not gonna stay there if they trade for him. So that doesn't make any sense for the Grizzlies. But you know, he would have been a good fit. You know, since I think I was telling you about it earlier, but I don't want him on the team either. Like he's just so much. He would mess with the chemistry.
And again, he's making what, $50 million as well.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he has 2 years left because he has a player option.
Oh, yeah,
which
so
he's
that's
obviously gonna accept.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have that contract under the books for multiple seasons.
Yeah.
At least Butler's expiring.
Yeah.
But you know, like you said, that's probably one of the only avenues they can take if they want to trade Butler because of the contract.
I'm happy that the Heat are standing on business though, because you know this is ridiculous, and I wouldn't want to pay Jimmy this amount of money either. So I'd rather him get upset and decline his player option than have this all happening again next year. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but it also goes back to 3 years ago when we were a finals contender. Pat Riley could have added pieces around him to bolster that.
Yeah,
Instead, we
I
surrounded him with undrafted free agents.
Yeah,
So
I agree too.
both sides have been in the wrong, honestly, the last 5 years. Butler's been too good for us, to have not won anything with him here, and now it's just all boiling out of control. So, that'll do it anymore?
I mean, let's talk about the Pan series, bro.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
All right, that'll do it for this week's episode of the Game Breakers podcast. We thank you guys for tuning in. Good to be back. We'll get a lot more episodes in the coming weeks.
A lot of guests too.
Yep, we're
gonna experimenting some.
Gonna start doing with college basketball, which is gonna be in full swing, especially when the NFL's over.
Yeah.
So let us know if you guys are interested in college sports. We're gonna be trying to interview some of the players here at Barry University, which is the
not
campus.
Not just basketball, but different sports, trying to see different aspects. But we'll let you guys know.
So more college sports. Stay tuned for that. And we got to get to class. So that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.